Ever wonder how those elite hackers, the ones who are glued to their screens for hours on end, how do they stay so focused?
Right.
Right.
Like, what's their secret sauce?
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not talking about just the stereotypical energy drinks and pizza. We're doing a deep dive into something way more interesting, the connection between food and focus.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Food and focus, huh?
You bet.
Yeah.
And for this deep dive, we're taking inspiration from a pretty out there source. It's a glimpse into the daily routines of these two, well, they call themselves the world's greatest hackers, DjDzlam and LadyL.
DjDzlam and LadyL. Okay, I'm already picturing some eccentric geniuses.
You're not far off. But here's the thing. Even though their routine is a bit, shall we say, unconventional, there are some surprisingly relevant takeaways about maximizing brain power that we can all learn from, even if we're not, hacking the mainframe.
All right, I'm all ears.
Okay, so the source keeps mentioning these hyper-aware foods that DjDzlam and LadyL are obsessed with.
Hyper-aware foods. That sounds intense.
Right. What do you think that even means?
Well, to me, it's not about the food itself being aware or anything like that. It's more about the person being hyper-aware of how the food they're putting into their body is impacting their mental state. It's like these hackers are so tuned in to their cognitive performance that they've figured out exactly what they need to eat to stay at the top of their game.
It's like they're treating their bodies like high-performance machines, right?
Exactly. Think about it. You wouldn't put just any old fuel into a Ferrari, would you? You want that premium stuff, the stuff that's going to optimize performance.
That's a great analogy. So what kind of fuel are these elite hackers putting in their tanks? The source mentions them snacking on superfoods.
Yeah, so instead of reaching for those sugary snacks or processed junk that so many of us default to, imagine swapping that out for a handful of blueberries.
Okay, blueberries, I can get behind that.
Right. They're packed with antioxidants, which are like little warriors protecting your brain cells from damage.
Right.
Or, picture this. You're deep in a coding session, and instead of mindlessly munching on chips, you grab a handful of walnuts.
Walnuts, interesting.
Yeah, they're full of omega-3 fatty acids, and those are crucial for keeping the communication pathways in your brain firing on all cylinders.
So it's like upgrading your brain's internet connection for faster processing speed. I love it. Okay, so they're fueling their bodies with these brain-boosting foods. But there's another interesting tidbit from the source. Apparently, DjDzlam and LadyL end their day, get this, under the stars, reviewing their wins for the day.
Under the stars. See, I told you they were eccentric.
Right. But even with that being said, what do you think is the significance of that little ritual?
Honestly, I think it speaks to the importance of mindfulness and reflection, even or maybe especially when you're living life in the fast lane. These hackers, they're all about pushing their mental limits, but they also seem to understand the need for cognitive recovery, for giving their brains a chance to decompress.
So it's like hitting the reset button before they dive back into another marathon coding session.
Exactly. And, it doesn't have to be anything elaborate. It could be as simple as taking 5 minutes before bed to jot down a few things you accomplished that day, even small wins. You'd be surprised how powerful that can be for clearing your mind and setting yourself up for a more focused and productive tomorrow.
So even if we're not all, tech geniuses living on the edge of cyberspace, there's a valuable lesson here for all of us. It's about being mindful of the fuel we're giving our bodies and prioritizing those moments of mental downtime, even if it's just for a few minutes each day.
Absolutely. Every little bit helps.
It really does. Now, here's a thought for you to chew on. What's one small change you can make in your own diet or routine to incorporate a little bit of that DjDzlam and LadyL hyper-awareness? Until next time.